My guys over at PHNX Cardinals, Bo Brock, Johnny Venerable, both really good dudes. You know, I try to not tell you to go watch someone else other than me because I don't want you to find someone else better than I am. But when you meet a couple of good dudes, as good as Bo and Johnny are, you just want those guys to be supported too. So outside of me telling you to go watch Locked On Phoenix Suns, go watch PHNX Cardinals. Those guys do a phenomenal job. And I wanted to react to this yesterday again, didn't have time to do so. But they did about a 25-minute long interview with Kyler Murray. And I'm not afraid to speak my mind on this stuff. I watched all the interviews. This is not me just kissing ass to someone to kiss ass. They don't owe me anything, nor do they care what I think. It was by far the best interview. It was intuitive. It made you think. There was questions in it that I wouldn't have asked Kyler, and that's hard. That's a hard pill for me to swallow because I feel like I'm a pretty creative dude. Some of these things about Kyler Murray in this interview, and I encourage you to go check it out over at phnxsports.com. They do or not phnxsports.com, over the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Of course, after you watch this and after you're done liking, sharing, and subscribing this, of course. But some of the things that stuck out to me in that interview was, of course, the thing that everyone is talking about, so let's talk about it. Kyler Murray wants to run more. When you hear that, and it's year, I think, 7 coming up for Kyler Murray, you're like, okay. It's one of those things like last year with Kyler Murray's maturity, where like, you don't care when the light bulb comes on for him. You just care that it comes on. And it feels like the maturity for Kyler Murray on the emotional side, that light bulb came on last year. And guys like myself sung the praises, gave him a fresh new start. It was after the ACL, a full season now after the ACL. And it felt like he was a completely different guy. It felt like he had been humbled a little bit in, not a terrible way. Obviously, tearing your ACL is awful, but he learned that he's not the only great player in the NBA or in the NFL. And him coming out, showing what he can be as a mature quarterback in the NFL, that got me excited. And you're like, I'm just happy that the light bulb came on. Him coming out and saying he wants to run the ball more, it's a little frustrating that it took this long, because guys like me who do shows for you guys, or dudes that just watch Sunday football and are casual fans of the Cardinals, we've been saying this all along. Dude, do you want to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Do you want to reach the pinnacle of a tier 1 echelon quarterback? Run the damn football. Kyler Murray is supremely athletic. He has got, in my opinion, the best deep ball in the NFL. He's absurdly accurate. And Kyler Murray does some things just enough for you to be like, how can I quit that guy? I'm talking about the run against the 49ers. I'm talking about the throw to Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first game against the 49ers to basically ice the game. I'm talking about the Chargers run. Little things like this that Kyler Murray does, and I'm like, how do I quit this guy? How? And it's the running factor that also leans into that, where you're like, I see what this guy can do. How can I quit him? And some people have already pulled the cord because they're like, he's just not consistent enough. Kyler Murray saying he wants to run more, I'll believe it when I see it. I can't just throw it out there and give you all my belief that Kyler Murray is going to run more. This is year 7, if I'm not mistaken, for Kyler Murray. He should have already known this. Kyler's bread and butter is his deep ball, his incredible accuracy, and his ability to move the pocket. He has trouble with the interior guys, but outside linebackers, for some reason, just can't catch the guy. So if Kyler Murray does commit to this new style of football, which is a true dual threat guy, if someone actually watches the Cardinals, if they say things like, man, all Kyler Murray can do is run. If someone says that to you, you know to stop arguing with them because they don't really watch the games. Because I would argue all Kyler Murray wants to effing do is throw the football. And yes, that's a great piece to have in a quarterback. But when you have an elite level escapability, God, man, you should have been doing that 7 years ago. And so I'm happy he put it out there, and I'm excited that he sees that in the new evolution of what is supposed to be Kyler Murray, and I hope it continues. But I got to be honest with you guys. I got to be honest. I'll believe it when I see it. Kyler has said before he needs to run the football. He's acknowledged it before, and he hasn't done it. I do think there's a factor of he's scared to get hit. Who wouldn't be when you're 5'9" and guys are coming at you a million miles an hour and are 6'3"? So I get that. He's had an injury past before, kind of. Nothing crazy like some people like to say. I don't count a torn ACL. That's a freak thing. He's just running. My guy in the chat, Arizona Cardinals fan 1, do you think the O-line is still an issue? No, I don't think the O-line is still an issue. The offensive line is fine. It is good enough to succeed. Sure, could you patch some holes in it? Yeah, of course. Could it be better? Sure. But it's a pretty good offensive line. If I'm not mistaken, there was a stretch last year where it was like 4 straight games without a sack. Some of that is a Kyler Murray stat, but also if your offensive line is good enough, that should also be a factor in that too. And then here's the other thing. I'm trying not to fall into the bad habits of Kyler Murray's maturity and letting that trick me into, all right, fresh start for Kyler Murray. 2 seasons ago, or I guess I should say a season ago, I was doubling and tripling down on Kyler Murray's prop bet overs on everything positive. Rushing yards, passing yards, touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, all of it. Taking the under on his interceptions because of what I heard from Kyler Murray as the quarterback in interviews. He had a real revelation in his ability to act like a professional starting quarterback in the NFL. And you thought, man, if he gets the emotion aspect of this figured out, the sky's the limit for this guy. And so I see the interview that he does with Bo Brock and Johnny Venerable. Again, go check that out. Great show. Better dudes. And I'm trying not to fall for it again. Every answer Kyler Murray had, whether he's talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Cam Scattaboo even for a second there, draft guys that he would draft or film a ball knower to all extreme. Every answer was perfect, almost rehearsed. That's how good he sounded. And you're like, damn, am I buying to this guy all over again? I can't do it. I can't do it again. Kyler Murray has become DeAndre Ayton. You talk a big game, and it sounds really nice, but that's cool. Show me. Don't tell me anymore. It's year 7. It's year 8 for Kyler Murray now. Show me all the things that you're telling me in interviews. Stop blowing smoke. You're a great quarterback for about 10 weeks, and then you fall off a cliff. I don't need to hear about all the new things, running the football, finding your stride late in seasons. I don't care about any of that. Show me, don't tell me. And so for everyone, kind of falling into the trap again for the things Kyler Murray's saying because it sounds so good, the dude is starting to really reach not just the tangibles, but the pinnacle of intangibles, sounding like a great quarterback, almost to the Dak Prescott level of intangibles where you're like, man, this guy sounds good, but can he ever figure it out? And that's where I'm at with Kyler. Don't just tell me anymore. You're going to have to show me. I'm not falling for it anymore. I think Kyler Murray can still be great, but the top 5 quarterback that I thought he could be in the pinnacle of Kyler Murray early on in his career, I don't think it's there anymore. I think Kyler Murray can be a consistent top 10 guy, but that key word in there is really important, consistent. And that's something Kyler Murray has not been. And so don't just tell me, show me. And it's why I haven't ruled out the idea of drafting a quarterback this year, even at 16, Shedeur Sanders. And that's why when Adam Schefter doesn't rule it out either the other day, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't shock me. Got to be more consistent. Don't be DeAndre Ayton. Don't tell me one thing and show me another. Your words are great. Start showing me it. Show me it on the field. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys. For those of you in the chat, usually the show goes on at 7 a.m. Monday through Thursday. But because circumstances had changed a bit, I just went live at noon.